Center of South Florida. My name is Matthew Weisbaum. I'm a proud friend of the JEC, and I have the pleasure of being your MC this evening. My wife Alana works for the JEC, and both of us are deeply committed to what the JEC does. There are a number of people here tonight, in addition to our honorees, that I want to give special acknowledgement to. First, the JEC Board. Jonathan Lewis, Michael Hill, Michael Zimmerman, Arlene Person, Joy Vinkovitz, Jeff Higginson, Dan Berkowitz, and the newest member of the board, Todd Greenwald. Thank you all very much for your service. A very special welcome back to the community to past board members, Dr. and Mrs. Alan Josephs, who spent the last year living and learning in Israel and are now back in the community. Final mention of a special friend of the JEC, Marion Shankman, the rabbi's asked that the mitzvahs we do tonight, we have in mind that they should be a merit for a Jewish name of complete healing for her. And a final welcome to the rabbis from the different organizations and synagogues of the community here to support the JEC. We're here tonight to celebrate and to give homage to exemplary individuals who represent the mission of the JEC. What is the mission of the JEC? I'd like to illustrate that with some audience participation. So I need everybody to please take notes of your case. Great, everybody has it? Now please stand up. I need all 200 people in the room to please stand up. Take long. Good. Wonderful. Now let's pretend for a minute that we're all 30 years old. You can thank me later. 230-year-old Jews, assimilated, secular American Jews. In the first generation, we constitute a first generation, the 200 of us here. In the second generation, how many will it be? More, less, about the same? Tables 1 through 11, please sit down. In the second generation, there would be 90. What about the third generation? Tables 12 through 16, please sit down. What about the fourth generation? You get the idea. You get the idea. You see where this is going. How can we expect Jews to remain Jewish? The rest of you can sit down. How can we expect Jews to remain Jewish if they're ignorant of what Judaism is? Today, for many young Jews, being Jewish is the same as if their great-great-grandparents had come to America from Italy. It means the same thing. That was like me. I was brought up like that here in Boca Raton, Florida, with a last name like Weisbaum. Every time I looked in the mirror or had roll call in class, I knew I was Jewish, but I didn't know what it meant to be Jewish. My bar mitzvah was more bar than mitzvah. I remember my theme, but not my parsha. Right? Sounds familiar to a lot of us, right? So what can we do about this? How do we stop 200 Jews in one generation to 4 generations later only being 10? The answer is actually very simple, and it's what the JEC does. Education. Because something is only meaningful to you to the extent that you actually know anything about it. We've got to teach young Jews today how beautiful and special and meaningful our heritage is. So I want to acknowledge all of the incredible rabbis here for the JEC tonight. The JEC runs 6 different programs, reaches 300 people a week. They've got a camp, they've got a campus rabbi, they have a Hebrew school. They are touching the lives of literally 300 people every single week. So I'm going to call on the rabbis of the JEC and ask them to stand up with their wives. Hold your applause until afterwards. We'll give them a collective one. Rabbi Shimon Feta, the co-director of the JEC, is going to come. Adam Eisenberg, co-director of the JEC, is going to speak. Rabbi Noah Blight, the executive learning coordinator, is going to meet us. Rabbi Avi Wilkach, the administrator, is going to marry. Special thank you to Rabbi Wilkach for organizing tonight's dinner. Great job. Rabbi Devin Weiss, the special project director, and his wife Debbie. Rabbi Moshe Goldstein, the on-campus rabbi. These exemplary individuals give their heart and soul for this wonderful organization, and they deserve another round of recognition for their efforts on behalf of the Jewish people. We have an amazing program for you tonight that includes 3 wonderful honorees, a special memorial tribute, and a fantastic guest speaker. Rabbi Eisenberg, he's going to introduce our first guest speaker this evening.
How is it? Can you hear me? If you would have asked me in June of 1996, the year that I graduated Valley Torah High School, what the probability would be that 18 years later, I would be running a Jewish outreach organization and introducing my high school dean as tonight's guest speaker, Rabbi Light's dean as well, I would have told you that getting a perfect bracket is a much more likely thing. In hope that one unlikely event leads to another, you better bet I'm going to buy a Powerball ticket this week. So let me tell you about our guest speaker tonight, Rabbi Avram Stulberger. He's from North Hollywood, California, and his official bio reads, Rabbi Stulberger has been Dean of Valley Torah High School for 27 years. He serves as the president of the Yeshiva Principals Council of Los Angeles and has served on the Halachic Advisory Board of Aleinu Jewish Family Services for over a decade. He lectures extensively both in Los Angeles and throughout the country. I can tell you as a product of Valley Torah that in those 27 years, he has transformed the lives of thousands of young men and women. Under his tutelage, Valley Torah has created great Jewish leaders, both rabbis and professionals. In my experience, Rabbi Stulberger never turned away a student from his school. It didn't matter whether they could pay or not, or whether they were prepared for the rigorous dual schedule that a Jewish high school has. He loved every student and gave everyone a chance. In my case, he gave me a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, a lot more chances as well. Everything I've personally accomplished, in great measure, is a result of what I've gained from Valley Torah and Rabbi Stulberger. And it is certainly with great honor that I introduce tonight's guest speaker, Rabbi Avram Stulberger.